Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Yes, man. Yes. We got the business done. We got it done. We're done. Everything is not yet done, not finished. Anyhow, welcome back to the show. It's going to be a short, sharp show. It seems like I've always got things, more important things to be doing than a podcast. And it's true. I've got to be in the garden. I've got some cooking in the garden, clean up the house, go and collect the wife from work. It is bank holiday, but my wife's still working, man. But anyhow, people, we've got three parts of the whole news on this short, sharp show. We're talking about. I kind of made a booby. Yeah, the man of the match. The names. I missed one name. And you lot have been reminding me about, well, why didn't you not put this name in there? Why did you not put his name in there? I'm going to make a special mention. He's going to form one part, one third of the new segments on this show over here on Cannon for the TV. Yes, 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 indeed. Welcome back again to Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. A surprise show today. Well, if you're not from these isles of England, you probably know or you don't know that today is a national holiday. After something happened over the weekend, I'm not sure what happened over the weekend, but something happened over the weekend. It's kind of extended, and we have another bank holiday, which means I'm not at work. I'm not at work, but doesn't mean I'm not working at home. I've got a lot of things I need to be doing. But anyhow, people, it does say somewhere down here. It says somewhere down here to, I think, click a like button. You don't have to click the like button if you don't want to. You don't have to, because I'm telling you, you don't have to if you don't want to. So you don't have to if you don't want to. But what I would like you to do is come into the live chat, come in the live chat, let me know your thoughts about the game yesterday, the man of the match, the game management, my brother going to the pub. Actually, no, he didn't go to the pub. My brother wasn't at the pub. He was actually at work. So he told me. Lies! Oh, lies. Lies and then some. All right, so let's get into the first new segment of the day. Actually, before I get into that, I do have to say a big shout out to my brother. So I haven't even lined this up yet. God, Jeremy, somebody needs sacking over here, and it might just be me. My brother's a watch along, even though I kind of ran the majority of the show. I did, didn't I? Didn't I? I did. I think I did an all right job for someone who doesn't like doing watch alongs. My brother, I thought he did a sterling job. Newcastle versus Arsenal, live commentary. It was by myself, and I was joined by the Happy Bunch in a live chat. You know, the regulars. But to my brother, who wasn't at the pub. Sorry, he wasn't at the pub. Nice one, nice one. And he did tell me actually that he will be doing the game, the Brighton game as well. I think it was. Oh, bro, man. No, stay in the pub, man. Stay in the pub. You don't need to come and yeah, stay in the pub. Anyway, let me start. Let's start the show. This is a bit of a surprise one from Micah Richards. Micah Richards has claimed that he has a lot of sympathy for Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard because he's unlikely to win Player of the Season award. The Norwegian has been absolutely phenomenal for the Gunners. He has led them from the front, scoring 15 goals and providing 8 assists in the Premier League this season. Now, in his column in the Daily Mail, Michael Richards says that he feels for Odegaard as the only reason he may not win the Player of the Season award is because of his compatriot and good pal, Erling Haaland. Odegaard is expected to miss out on Player of the Season award, and Michael Richards has admitted that he feels a bit sorry for the Arsenal skipper. He wrote, it's a strange thing to have sympathy for someone after you have watched them light up your Sunday. But that was my first feeling for Martin Odegaard. If it hadn't been for Erling Haaland, Arsenal's captain would have been odds on for Player of the Year. I don't think so. But anyway, he reminds me of David Silva in so many ways, with his quiet authority and leadership. You wouldn't know David was in the room sometimes, but on the pitch, he made you follow him through his brilliance. And this is what Ødegaard is doing. 15 goals from midfield and not one penalty is just exceptional. Arsenal's business is getting Ødegaard on the, remember, restoring his confidence and then buying him outright was a masterstroke. He's going to get even better. So yes, Ødegaard, Martin Ødegaard. But is he a contender for player of the season? Is he? You know, because they'll have like maybe 10 or and then whittle it down to maybe the last 5, the final 3, then the 1. I'm not so sure about that. Martin Ødegaard. Anyhow, and oh, this one's a bit. Oh my goodness, Ian Wright, man. Oh, God, dearie me. Ian Wright's wild celebrations for Arsenal goal leave Alan Shearer with face of thunder. Putting good friends and pundits Ian Wright and Alan Shearer in the same room to watch Arsenal's victory away at Newcastle resulted in a hilarious reaction to the Gunners' goals. Ian Wright spared no thoughts for Alan Shearer, who was sat right next to him as he wildly celebrated Arsenal's 2-0 victory at St James's Park. The pundits were working together as their beloved sides clashed in the Premier League yesterday afternoon, and Shearer was probably regretting taking the booking as the Gunners got the better of the Magpies. Now, I've seen the video, and I thought Ian Wright kind of exaggerated the celebration a lot. A lot. Anyway, able to see the funny side later, the broadcaster, former Newcastle skipper, and manager, were you happy with that performance? Right replied, to be honest, Al, I'd like to say it was a great game, especially the first goal, but listening to people saying about the experienced players have not turned up in games, not done, well, since we we're knocked out of Europe, it was a relatively good game. Ian Wright, man, I thought he exaggerated that celebration there, man. There's no need to go in on it like that, man. But it's Ian Wright, isn't it? Ian Wright for you. Now for the player that you reminded me. Why was he not mentioned in the list of potential man of the match against the Magpies? Well, I'll say this. This is my excuse. Although I was doing the first half on the watch along. I wasn't really concentrating that much on watching the game. I was like reading the comments. You know how I like to just go off on a tangent. So I spent not much time watching the game, just literally going through the live comments and other bits and pieces. So that's my excuse. That's my excuse. But there has been a video that I did this morning, just talking about this person over here. Who am I talking about? This guy here, Jorginho. So to those of you who say, well, Alex, why is Jorginho in the list of a potential, man of the match? Check out the video. Check out the video. Actually, the guy should have been on the list. I can't remove the list, but Jorginho starts for Arsenal, a fantastic win at Newcastle. Arsenal midfielder Jorginho produced a fantastic performance during 2-0 victory over the Magpies. The Italian recently played 86 minutes in a 3-1 victory over Chelsea, but it was anticipated that Thomas Partey could replace him in a number 6 position against the Magpies, but that didn't happen. Mikel Arteta decided to stick with the visit to St James's Park. He managed to prove his credentials with a composed display in the centre of the park. Over the course of 90 minutes, Jorginho managed, listen to this, listen to his stats, 71 touches, completing 44 of 53 passes. He won 7 ground duels and 3 tackles while making 2 interceptions and 2 clearances. The Italian also bagged the assist for Martin Ødegaard's goal. So, to all of you who've been saying, Alex, what about Jorginho? You didn't mention Jorginho. Well, this is an honourable mention for Jorginho. Well done, Jorginho. I can only apologise. I didn't mention him in the list of potential man of the match. So Jorginho, I'm not sure, mate. If you're watching now, I do apologise. Yeah. possibly man of the match. But the stats tells the story in itself, doesn't it? Anyhow, these and those have been the new segments currently running on this surprise live show here on Cannon Fodder TV. Again, kudos to my brother. He managed to make it back in time from the pub yesterday. No, he wasn't at the pub. He was actually working. He was working. So what I'd like you to do is come into a live chat. Let me know your thoughts about the man of the match. You know, did we get it right? I'm going to be talking about the list of who's won the man of the match. Also, I included Mikel Arteta in that list there. I thought he did quite well from what I saw in the game anyway, at least. And yeah, do you still think Arsenal still have a shout for the Premier League? Of course they do. It's not mathematically over yet, is it? It's still possibly it can be won by Arsenal. But I'd rather have the points in hand rather than the game in hand. And Man City have a game in hand and a point in hand. It's in their hands. I'm just saying, don't get upset. Don't get upset. All right. Okay. So what I need to do, let's have a look. Let's have a look here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm just going to check our Twitter feed to see if there's been any comments in there. Let's have a look. I don't think there has been. No. No, there's nothing here. Right, so I need to tweet out that we are live. Join in the live. Oops, the live chat. Click the like button, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, bear with me a second. I should have done this before actually. Oh, my goodness. This job seems to get harder and harder as I get older and older. Just bear with me a second. I'm just tweeting that we are live here on Twitter. And there we go. Boom. Done. Right, now I can go into the poll that we did yesterday. When I say we, I mean my brother and myself, my brother and I. And again, it was your man of the match, choose only one. We've received 725 votes. No. 8 comments and 18 likes. Let's aim for 30 likes on this poll, please. Your man of the match, 725 votes. On 2% of the votes, Martinelli. On 5% of the votes, this shows how people value their manager. Yeah, 5% of the votes, Mikel Arteta. 7% of the votes, who I thought for once had a relatively good game, Kivor. 22% of the votes, actually that hasn't changed from yesterday. Hasn't changed. Wow. Ramsdale. Now, before I mention, you probably might or might not know who's probably won this. I was thinking, if I put Jorginho in there, would we have got a different winner? Or would you have stuck with this person here? On 64% of the votes, it's a club captain, yeah, Martin Ødegaard. So congratulations to Martin Ødegaard. I don't know, Martin Ødegaard might be watching now. Congratulations. What about Jorginho? Okay. All right. So then, you know what we're going to do? What is we going to do, Alex? Well, we're going to go into the live chat. Go into the live chat? Yes, go in the live chat. And let's see who has joined us on this early show, on this bank holiday Monday over here, of course, in the UK. Goodness gracious me. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, Ashley, you know what? We my brother and I, we were talking about you yesterday, man. For a wingman to come up with those jokes about Raz, man, I thought it was just so funny. Just so funny. Yeah, he's not at work, Alex. Your brother's in the pub. Better still, he's at home, feet up, just watching you. He might just come in at half time. I thought that was very, very funny. Very, very funny. And First Lady Cannon Fodder TV says, good morning, good morning. 8 goodness here, but only 1 thumbs up. Smash that like button, please, guys. Yeah, that was me. Oh dear. Emerson, good morning. For the recovery yesterday after a watch along. Oh, was it that bad? You recovered from the watch along. I thought we were all right. Watching the other podcast last night. Interesting comments came out from them. Do you want to tell us what it was, actually? You did okay, Alex, but Ralph owns it. Of course he does. That's his segment there. You know, I own the majority of live shows and of course the easy talk, but that's his segment there. Yeah, that's why I don't like doing watch-alongs. But being as he's my brother, we support one another. I thought, you know what? Let me make the sacrifice. Sacrifice. Magic Martin should win it, but his mate very likely too. Holland has won. Oh, it's got a message from the missus there. Yes, I'm fine. Don't try and call me now. PF award, and either Erdegaard or Saka has won a young PFA award. Love. You know what? I thought Cheryl did quite well. Ian Wright, man. Anyway, Jorginho, was a bargain. Morning, Ray. Arsenal Fan Circle. Go over. Make sure that you do subscribe to Arsenal Fan Circle. The channel, really good content, man. Really good content. Morning, Alex. I'm out of the match. Candidate Ramsdale, Erdegaard, but I really thought Mr. Granit Xhaka, the X-Man, as we like to call him, put his body on the line and stopped a goal or two. Yes, he did. He did. Unfortunately, maybe you probably know this or you don't know because you're watching me here. That when we do the poll, there's I think maybe 5 slots. We can't go beyond 6 or 7. But anyway, the X-Man did us proud. Good morning, Lynn. I hope you are well. Good morning, Alex and Gooners. I thought that was the best game our boys played. Some of their best football yesterday. Yeah, I tend to agree. And not only that, Lynn, I think Arteta's management, in-game management, I think he got it spot on. The only thing I would say is I didn't want to see Bukayo Saka play. I didn't want to see him play. I thought this guy is tired. Because we've seen Thomas Partey has been dropped to the bench, and then you see Jorginho, who possibly could have been maybe a potential man of the match. But that aside, I thought, yeah, probably the best performance that the players have put in. But I think it's been down to Mikel Arteta. He was spot on with that one. I'm going to give credit to the ref because when they go to St James Park, they are intimidated. And yesterday, it would have been so easy to have given that penalty. But also, I think our players were being kicked. I mean, did you see the size of their players? Newcastle players, they were like monsters. I could see maybe the last 15, 20 minutes it got a little bit tetchy. Newcastle players were the physicality, and I know there were some calls. You know, some of the people I was listening to were saying that, ref, where's the yellow card, man? Where's the yellow card for these players? But yeah, you know, again, I thought Arteta got this one spot on. But apart, you know, albeit that Bukayo Saka should have been rested. Thomas Partey not playing. Trossard possibly could have played. But all in all, going to St James's Park, where you can see Newcastle have been playing quite well. I think they're still in 3rd place in the Premier League. Yeah, was a really good result. Not at home, away from home. Away from home. Saka needs a rest. Yes, he does. I think that Saka is carrying a small injury. Then that's even worse. Even worse. He's carrying an injury, we're compounding that, and he's still a youngster. And probably is. Probably is. Not good if that is true. But we don't have any way of knowing that. Now, just some updates. I can't give you the full information. I'm going to be meeting some people who have come and travelled a long way in the next few days. They've travelled a long way to see Arsenal play. and we've been communicating. We're going to be doing it's called what's it called again? An OB, outside broadcast. So not here in the confines of the Gunners pub. So stay tuned for more details on that. I'm going to be, yeah, enjoying the company of some contributors, some panelists who have travelled a long way to come see Arsenal play and also see yours truly. It's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to that, but I can't give you any more information than that. So stay tuned. The next few days, because I'm going live today. Just expect to see more of that content coming as well. My brother will be doing a watch along when we play against Brighton. Thursday will be the Thursday night show, unless I receive anything different from Ange, the First Lady of Canon 4 TV. So I'm just getting another message here from the wife. Have you started on the garden yet? No, I'm podcasting, and I believe that is it. So more content throughout the whole week. It will be the return of the Easy Talk. I never return of the Easy Talk. I'm still waiting to hear from a couple of guests, two of which have said yes. I'm waiting for a couple to say yes, and then we'll be back on track and good to go for the Easy Talk on Friday, 7 p.m. UK time. The Easy Talk. All right, let's go back into the live chat. Oops. It's burnt out now. It's best to be a sub for the remaining matches. Yeah, that's. How many more games do we have to go? Is it 3? I've lost count now. Let's have a look. Is it 3 or 4 games now we've got to go? Let's have a look. 3 more games to go. 3 more games to go. So, yeah, give Bukayo Saka a rest. Rest him up, man. I don't know. Yeah, 3. All right, so 7:30 Thursday night football, folks, with Ange, hosted by Ange. Ange, I've got to say, just to see how you are hosting that segment there, and you've got, your group of contributors and panelists there. I can see how you've grown in confidence. It's really good, because when I remember the first video I did on Canon 4 TV, actually when we were called Arsenal Republic, I was thinking, man, thank God I don't do videos like that anymore. Thank goodness. But they say confidence always wins. But well done, Ange, man. Loving how that segment is evolving. As I live 10 minutes from there, and I know how passionate they are up there. And how you say this? Had that been Arsenal lost yesterday, some fans would have wanted Arteta out. Not the case up there ever. Oh, right, okay. I can't mention any platform or channels names, but I just what's the some lyrics in the Queen song, Every Which Way the Blows. I can't remember what's the song. Is it a Bohemian Rhapsody? Yeah. Anyway. So when we're winning, it's like the extreme. When we've lost, we're Arteta out. I was thinking, wow, man. God, you guys, man, come on. Nah. The hyperbole, the extreme. Again, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but the extremes. When we win, we're going to win the World Cup. We're going to win the World Cup, maybe the Club World Cup. And then when we lose, Arteta out. I was thinking, guys, come on. Let's get some kind of perspective in it. Just find some kind of happy medium, man. Do you have to go to the extremes like that? Anyhow. Let's have a look here. Okay, 3. And it's all right. Yeah, you guys are just controlling that segment there, man. On my part, I have to try, and I'm not sure why the numbers are not comparable when we do other live shows. I'm not sure why that is, but that's for me to figure out. And let's try and get some more contributors, more views on there. Because what I've noticed actually the last few weeks, I tend to see the same people in the live chat. Whether it's like this morning or another segment, it's the same people. So we're not, although the subscriber numbers is telling me one thing, but it's not reflective. I know why that is. So that's down to me, and I need to do my homework there. But guys, the segment Thursday night show, wonderful stuff. Glenn Wynn says, "Good morning, Alex and Gooners." Glenn Wynn, are we going to get a video from you today, brother? Are we going to get a video from you today? I'm just asking, man. Bro, you don't want me doing this now. You don't want me to do that, Glenn Wynn. Yeah, are we going to get a video from you today, brother? Okay, alrighty. Right, now let's have a look and see if there's been any comments thus far. Okay. Right. Alright. Alright. Oops. Okay, let's get this back up. There we go. Right. We're coming towards the end of this show over here. A surprise live show on Canon 4 TV. We're like, yeah, I don't like surprises, but we like giving you lot surprises. And like I said, I can't wait to be meeting up with some contributors who've travelled a long way. It's a long way to Tipperary. Yes, I can't wait to be seeing them. We're gonna be broadcasting live. We're gonna be broadcasting live from the Gunners Pub with these content creators. No, not content creators. No, contributors and panelists. They've travelled a long way, and we're almost at that point where we're gonna be meeting up. And I can't wait for this. It's gonna be a really good one. Really good one. Yeah, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Hey, can't wait. Okay. Okay, brother. All right, man. Yeah, I've been waiting for that, man. Did you do this at the end of the video? Whatever that means. I don't know what that means, man. I'll be looking out for that one. Where's Tyrannosaurus English conversation? Don't know. I think there are so many people over the course, I say, of the last 3 years, especially when the lockdown hit the UK, and I was going live 3 times a day. I did one in the morning. I had to go to my respite job, then come back. I did one straight after, then one in the evening. And when I remember the people, the names at that time, then people coming literally every single live show. I was like, wow, okay, what's happened to those people? But I think what it is, it's family, it's work, and more important things to do than listening to me or anyone on Canon 4 TV just talk about Arsenal and other related football stuff. That's my opinion anyway. At least it might be something else, but there's so many people, hundreds of people, who I don't see anymore, in the live chats. But hey, what I want to try and do is focus on and try and help is a small group of return viewers that we have, and there are quite a few of them. So let's make sure we look after them, give them what they want, and what they need, and that's just to talk about Arsenal and nothing else. All right, let's have a look here. Question, Alex, do you think that if it is to get Newcastle into the Champions League, do you think he will get rid of his lack of experience? Even Eddie Howe is to get into the Champions League. Do you think that he will get rid of lack of experience? I think I understand what you're saying. I tell you what, I do rate Eddie Howe. It's how he got to Bournemouth and the kind of football that they played and survived so long before they got relegated. And I thought, oh, where's he going to go next? And then when Newcastle got him. I thought, is it? I don't know. I wasn't sure. Still relatively, is he relatively inexperienced? No, he's not. He's experienced. He's an experienced manager, even more so than Mikel Arteta, because he didn't have any like he wasn't in a position where he was number two at a successful club to a number one manager in this country. He did it on his Todd. So he went through the gears, went through the ranks. So he's more experienced than Mikel Arteta. But whether they do get to the Champions League, look, he's got the financial backing. He's not going to be silly. I get the impression that he's quite astute with the kind of players that he wants and the kind of money that they're willing to spend. So I think they probably need to grow that squad a little bit more to make a good sustained run in the Champions League. Can they make it into the Champions League is a completely different question. Let me look at so let's have a look here. So we know Man City top, second place Arsenal, third Newcastle, and fourth Man United, fifth Liverpool. Liverpool, as I understand, have won their last 6 games. I will probably say, I would say that Newcastle will end up with Champions League. Fourth spot, don't really care. I don't really care. But yeah, I think Eddie Howe will need to beef up his squad with more experienced players. Now, I was listening to ESPN Sport, and they were talking about Neymar. You know, apparently the ultras went to his house, PSG ultras, and would demand that he leaves the club. I was thinking, wow, but where else is he going to go to? And they mentioned Newcastle. If anyone can afford it, it could probably be Chelsea and Newcastle. They have got some money and then some. So I don't think he will come to the Premier League. But that money, a year, it's £20 million we're talking about, salary per year. But Eddie Howe would need to beef up that squad there, no doubt about it. He comes across as being someone very cool, calm, and collective, and is able to get the best out of his players. So yeah, you know, Bruno Guimaraes. If only we had gone in and made a bid for Bruno, he would have been one of our players. But yeah, inexperience because he's not played in the Champions League before. But I think if he does beef up this squad, quite astute, even though he knows he's got bucket loads of money, they could make a sustained run in there. I'm not saying that they're going to win the Champions League, but you never know. Yes, we do have other lives than Arsenal. Um, I think they may do the dirty on him. Possibly, possibly. Maybe sometimes you should look at the different times to put your podcast on, and not to clash with other podcasts. Well, I tell you what, Lynn. The time that we started in 2018, and when we entered the fray on social media with our style of content creation, there was one particular platform or channel that I loved listening to every Friday evening, and they have since disbanded. I'm still in contact with the guy Colin. It was Much Arsenal, and since then there's been, from my memory, at least 5 to 6 other channels who have also disbanded. There's only a few left that I can remember, for my memory, who are still going. I mean, 101 Arsenal, hosted by Apollo and Tony. They're still going strong. I think we started just before them. And Glenn Knightley, Everything Arsenal, wonderful channel, still going strong as well. And some other channels, Arsenal Fan Circle, hosted by Ray as well. So the point I'm trying to make is that how can I say it? That piece dominated by channels, sports channels, food channels, travel channels. But a segment where it's called by Arsenal, there were so many channels, so many podcasters, you know, whether they dominate Twitter, I don't know, Twinkle, or YouTube. The only thing I can go and compare, I'm not going to compare ourselves to any other channel. I need to compare ourselves to ourselves. And the information tells me there's specific days where we have a relatively high success rate for viewing numbers. And that is telling me it's in the afternoon. Yeah. 3 p.m. up until maybe 7 p.m. That's the time when we see our viewing numbers at the highest. Now, it could be other channels also go live at that time or upload their information, their content that they've created at that time. But I know you didn't say that, but we can't compare ourselves to another channel. We can only compare ourselves and look at the information, the analytics and the algorithm that we have on the channel here. And that's what it's telling me, that at that time, that's the best time to upload stuff and also go live. At that time, that segment there, between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Who knows? Who knows? Good morning, boys. Good afternoon, Alex. Yesterday, Arsenal was electric. Good to see us telling City that they cannot just win. It's so easy. They have to fight for it. And we've always said that, haven't we, Boyd? That no matter whether Arsenal are going to Man City, going to Man United, Newcastle, put up a fight. Don't give up. Fight right until the end of the season. And even if it means mathematically that we're not going to win it, you still put in a performance. Now, I said at the beginning of the show, mathematically, we're still in the race. Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep performing. That's what I can say. But boy, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you for that comment there. Yes, but although Eddie had experience at Bournemouth, but Arteta had experience with Pep and also the Champions League, so he knows what it takes. Yeah, of course. But you know, again, comparing like for like, you know, an Arsenal with its hierarchy, the ownership, compared to Newcastle with the ownership and the hierarchy. I mean, they've got bucket loads of money. They've got so much money that they could probably buy Arsenal, 10 times over, if they wanted to. So, yeah, but then we're looking at the experience. Who has been there before? Who knows what it takes in the hot seat, not as a number two? Because, you know, you look at, you know, if I talk about the Sporting Lisbon game, Arteta still hasn't learned, and that's just in the Europa League, much less the Champions League. It's a completely different ball game. Yes, I understand it. You know, if we're in the Champions League, you know, it's going to attract maybe, you know, better quality players. If our scouts can identify those players, not pay the salt of the earth, but pay reasonable amounts of money for these players and sign them up for Arsenal. But Champions League is a different ball game, especially as, you know, next year the configuration is going to change. Yeah, who cares about fourth man? Let's be confident as we have second confirmed. Yeah, who cares about fourth man? Who cares about that? Dearie me, man. I think I've probably got to end up, unless there's any more comments. I just need to respond to my wife's messages. Okay. All right. Sorry about this, people. When love comes calling. City have to lose 4 points and Arsenal have to win their remaining games. It can still happen, but also unlikely City drop them points. You know, I'm not long since forget about forecasting how many points Arsenal can win in any particular month. 3 games, just win those 3 games. You know, and put the onus back on Man City. But we only need to focus on what we need to do. Not what we need to do, what we have to do. No, what we must do. We must win those last 3 games. Just focus on that. I mean, I could probably look at the last games. Let's just have a look here. So last games are Brighton and Hove Albion, Nottingham Forest, and Wolverhampton Wanderers are the last 3 games in May. And I ain't gonna say nothing more than that. Just win those games. That's all you got to do. Win those games there. All right. I think we're finished. Oops, we finished. Put this caption back up. Can't believe it. 40 minutes has gone just like that, and I'm still waiting for a particular video from someone. Let's have a look. Let's see if Glenn went. Let's see, man. Let's see. Yeah, it's telling me. I'll tell you what. I love the Telegram app, man. It's telling me sending a video. Nice one, bro. Nice one. All right. So that is that. I'm gonna get on my Todd and do some cooking, some gardening, some housekeeping. Fix the car. I can't fix the car. Yeah, got the engine light on. Thinking, oh, what's happening there, man? What's happened there? I have to push the car to collect my wife and push the car back house. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. Anyhow, yeah. So even though it's a national bank holiday here, there's still jobs to be done around the ass. Anyway. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it actually tells me it's going to rain around this time, midday. Exactly. All right, people. Make sure that you do subscribe to Guna Matters. I'll try and remember to leave his link in the description box, because Guna Matters will be coming up with his video a little bit later on Canon Fodder TV. All right, people. Thank you for joining me on the surprise show yet again. Again, remember, going forward, it's going to be more of the same bits and pieces of live content. Some pre-recorded information, maybe some transfer news. No doubt you've probably seen that we're kind of ramped up a little bit more with pre-recorded Arsenal news videos. You can hear my voice, my voiceover. Kind of get a little bit tired of my voice now. And yeah, pretty soon I'm going to be meeting some people who've travelled very, 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 very far to come and see me. They come see me? Maybe. Anyhow, this has been Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.